right from the time when I was doing my engineering, I always believed that education in general and engineering in particular should be more practical and application oriented. After gaining a decade of experience in business and industry, we started ABS Engineering College with this vision.
Engineering institutes have a big role to play if India has to become a developed nation and a superpower. Indian engineers have been at the core of the major research which has changed the face of the world in the last 20 years.
About 8 years ago, when I was about to retire from IIT Delhi, I asked myself the question, what would I like to do during the rest of my life? I pondered on this for several weeks, several months. And then I felt that in view of the acute shortage of competent, motivated teachers in professional institutions, particularly in private engineering colleges, if I joined one of these institutions, it would provide me with an opportunity to share my experiences as a student in India, as a student in America, as a teacher in America, as a researcher with NASA, and also as a teacher and administrator in India, in IIT Delhi, to share my experiences with these students, and it will probably also provide an opportunity for me to bring about a desired change in the teaching learning process.
In the past 10 years, we have been able to make rapid progress and have become a premier engineering college in North India and the top institution in UPTU. We have invested heavily not only in infrastructure, lab facilities, but also in high quality teachers who administer the overall quality of education.
Unfortunately, there is hardly any meaningful research happening in engineering institutions in India. There is a stark difference between research which happens in academia and which is required in the industry. I have myself witnessed this during my 22 years career at Roorkee University and CBRI. This difference became more evident during my stay at LG in Nuremberg. This is something which has very much disturbed me over the years.
Where shall we like to see this college to be? 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? And wherever we want to be, to reach that point, can we continue with the same old conventional teaching learning process? Or is it that the system requires a major turning?
Some of the questions which we always ponder upon are: how can we make learning more interesting for the students? How do we bridge the gap between college education and industry needs? How do we make our students industry ready? And what is the right way of making different level of students learn in the same class?
The teaching learning paradigm requires a major shift. The student today does not want a teacher. He does not want a preacher. What he wants is a guide. He wants a facilitator. He wants a mentor, and if possible, a co-learner. Rigid confinement for long hours in the classroom is not going to do the job.
Our focus in the next decade is to make ABSEC as the center of excellence in learning, where our concentration should not only be to become best ranked college, but to be the most respected college among the students, teachers and industry.
If we look at the successful institutions in this country, IIT, IIMs, we will notice one thing, that all these institutions are residential institutions. Thereby, the students are in contact with each other 24 to 7 hours. They can meet at their will, they can meet in smaller groups and exchange views and learn jointly.
If we can make engineering studies more interesting, perhaps we can capture imagination of the students and channelize their energies in right direction.
Therefore, we look for a platform or a methodology which would meet this requirement, which would establish a virtual residential institute in this place. had hit upon a private organization called Brainforce, manned by a few individuals who are highly motivated, highly focused, they know what needs to be done and they know how to do it. I've gone through some of the details of their proposal, and it seems that the proposal has a great potential to serve the purpose. Some of our students are currently going through this exercise and the result seems encouraging. The faculty can also stay connected to each other online through this model. Different teachers teaching the same course in different sections can exchange their experience and can enrich each other through this process. ABS has decided to give it a serious try along with Brainforce in the next semester.
What I believe that the Brainforce way of collaborative learning is the way forward. Together, we need to find the solutions to the problems which exist today in our education system. Ultimately, we have to understand the way students learn. All the other factors such as ranking, placements, university results will naturally grow and improve if we are able to establish a culture of collaborative learning, or we can say learning together.
The need of the hour is to take steps in this direction and have a methodology to achieve this goal. The Brainforce way of collaborative learning is one key step in this direction. The initial response of the students to this methodology has been amazing and at times an eye-opener as well. We need to evolve this further and let all the students and teachers get benefited from the Brainforce methodology. If we are able to do that, I am sure the next few years will see ABS as one of the most respected center of learning in the country.
I would like ABS to be a role model for other colleges to imitate.
The road ahead is very challenging, but I am sure with Brainforce being at the core of our mission, we can transform ABS from good to great.